Andreas Pop Culture Pie. Today is the latest Andreas Pop Culture Retrospective and Review, and it's on the 1993 classic Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg, stars Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Lauren Dern. Jurassic Park is turning 30 this year, which is crazy. It's a daring legacy of just that Steven Spielberg's action-adventure blockbuster was a perfect movie that shouldn't have started a franchise. Well, in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think of it. But yesterday, June 11th, of course, debuting on June 11, 1992, Jurassic Park boasted the latest CGI advancements and a compelling story focusing on paleontologist Alan Grant, botanist Ellie Stallier, and mathematician Ian Malcolm, and a group chosen to tour a unique theme park filled with dinosaurs engineered using prehistoric DNA. The park is masterminded by John Hammond, played by the late great Richard Attenborough. Assures everyone the park is safe until its security systems malfunction and plunging everything into chaos. Now, that's the movie, but there's a lot to talk about. So, overall, over 30 years, Jurassic Park became a pop culture phenomenon, crossed over 1 billion worldwide, and was followed by Lost World Jurassic Park in 1997, and Jurassic Park 3 in 2001. And in 2015, the franchise was revived with Jurassic World, starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, and the globe was once again enthralled by the dinosaurs through 2015 to 2022. To the point that the nostalgia-driven box office smash spawned 2 sequels to take the franchise worldwide across to 6 billion. Though it bore little resemblance to the film that it started all in 1993. Now, for me, looking back at Jurassic Park, there are clear indications of why it was so successful and remains so influential 30 years later. Plus, what makes JP really works for the last 30 years is its effects. Jurassic Park combined the latest innovations in CGI technology from Industrial Light and Magic, or ILM, short, with jaw-dropping practical effects provided by Stan Winston's company that include the life-size animatronics, and use their seamless integration to tell a compelling story. Even with all the attention to world building, making the dinosaurs seem like real animals rather than one-dimensional villains, the humans are at the center of the film and remain a focal point. Not only did Jurassic Park raise fascinating ethical questions about genetic engineering, but audiences around the world could scream, cry, laugh, and cheer with their heroes as they navigate increasingly perilous of situations during the film. Steven Spielberg is really good at making a family adventure, and he does this very well with this movie. It's filled with his potent blend of spectacle and suspense by capturing the terror and necessary or mystique of the resurrection of dinosaurs in the film, as well as magnifying the personal conflicts of the characters in their midst in the film. He wasn't afraid to sit with personal moments such as Dr. Grant guarding Lex and Tim all night despite disliking the churn throughout the film. Or John Hammond explained how a flea circus inspired his dream of creating Jurassic Park, which not only provided insight into the characters but heightened the intensity of their sarcasm in the film. Finally, the drama, the horror, and the excitement all magnified by the beautiful and kind score by John Williams, which is really great, and I think it's top 5 tier John Williams score. John Williams' score of melancholy and thrilling music from the legendary composer in this film might not have been as iconic yet. For me, it does. Come on, everyone knows the Jurassic Park theme. It's been every franchise game, show, and movie released since 1993. The music captured being a kid in the 90s and heading to a place where real, living, breathing dinosaurs are alive and could be admired and loved from behind the electric fencing in the park you go to. But anyway, horrible. Even the rest of the soundtrack was thrilling and brought fear, joy, and most of all, wonder for those who have listened to it since the release in 1993. Indeed, the music behind John Williams' vision for this film came from a place of love and creation for Steven Spielberg's directing chops. My bad. For Steven Spielberg's directing chops, which is very true. But uh, also what works for this film is for me is the characters. The characters also helps make this film work. The characters in JP spoke to the audience how it feels like being set uh, near with dinosaurs or look at the dinosaurs if they were actually there. How can everyone forget the heroic and stoic character that is Dr. Amy Grant, played by Sam Neill? Or how about the brave and strong and bold Dr. Ailey Sayer, played by Lauren Dern? And come on, how can anyone forget the poetic, sometimes full of himself, Dr. Ian Blackman, played by the wonderful Jeff Goldblum? The kids in the film, Lex and Timmy, also give the film the childish yet innocent aspect that draw in the children worldwide. Yes, I also wanted to be, well, actually, I don't know, I want to be a clear hunter like Lex, but I think I definitely wanted to be Timmy, be fascinated with the dinosaurs, just like Alan Grant was to him. The part could not have been made without the finances of one John Hammond, the creator and the idealist behind Isla Nublar's Dino Park. Now, I think John Hammond is a misunderstood character in the film. Some people can maybe call him a villain, but for me, he spared no suspense, ensuring the guests of the restaurant could get anything and anything they needed, aside from functioning locks on the tour jeeps or a functioning park in general. But you get the point. I think John Hammond really wanted to give the awe and wonder, just like Steven Spielberg as a director, to these creatures. And I think that's what makes him an endearing character over the 30 years. Just wrapping up the review, I highly recommend this film, Jurassic Park, the first film. It's really wonderful. It's iconic. It's one of the best science fiction films ever made in the last 30 years. 30 years later, watching Jurassic Park it's just not sitting down at home putting it on a movie. No. Overlooking Jurassic Park is a cinematic experience that brings the whole family together to watch as dinosaurs roam the earth once more. The film continues to prevail in a world of superheroes and remakes in cinema. Yes, one can argue that the sequels since the first one have not come close to the original or exceed it. But that's the thing. None of them have to. This movie stands on its own as a beautiful masterpiece that enjoys and thrills, chills, and joy for the audience around the globe. The technical achievements of Jurassic Park have secured its status as a landmark in cinematic history. But its imagination, storytelling, as well as its cultural significance over the years are what contribute to its enduring legacy today. Even when the most popular franchises like Star Wars and Marvel still try to find the magical balance of CGI and practical effects to bring their awesome worlds to life, it remains a winning template. A temple franchise continues to dominate ticket sales for years, and Jurassic Park is the blockbuster that remains both a wonderful example and a cautionary tale. But overall, guys, this is the end of the review of Jurassic Park. Highly recommended. Happy 30th, happy 30th anniversary Jurassic Park